Okay, here at USFFC 28, we have a huge matchup. It is a middleweight showdown coming right up between Revolution Mixed Martial Arts' Cristhian Torres, who takes on Elder Ramos.
Well, Elder Ramos is a veteran that has been up and down the streets for more than a decade in this sport, but he's taking on a tough protege from down in South America. You're talking about Cristhian Torres. This guy was on a developmental program for the UFC leading into this. Now he is here at US Freedom Fighter Championships doing big things. What a matchup.
Two big level talents are going to meet right here in the cage for you guys. It's happening at 185 pounds. Cristhian Torres takes on Elder Ramos.
Cristhian Torres making his way into the cage.
Two tough competitors right here.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your co-main event of the evening. 3 5-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first, the fighter fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 184 pounds with a professional record of 8 wins and 7 defeats. Fight for Freedom MMA, Woodbridge, Virginia, El Psycho, Elder Ramos. And now his opponent standing across the cage and fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 184 pounds with a record of 10 wins and 7 defeats. Fighting out of Revolution Martial Arts, Inman, South Carolina, Ramasacre, Cristhian Torres.
Tell you what,
Elder referee when the action begins, Justin Brown.
Elder Ramos hasn't unlocked eyes with Cristhian Torres since he walked into the cage. A little bit of intensity here, but sportsmanship shown in the glove touch as these fighters meet in the center of the cage. Another one coming. And here we go. Round one for the co-main event of the evening. Elder Ramos squares off against Cristhian Torres. Mean leg kicks courtesy of Elder Ramos to kick things off. A capoeira kick from Ramos. Almost finds its mark.
Ramos is not intimidated. Beautiful butterfly sweep by Elder Ramos to negate the takedown attack of Cristhian Torres.
Adept dodge
and just
by the referee
stomps his
right
way
there.
over to Torres.
Ooh, tough punch connects. Cristhian Torres smiling, but I think that one may have left a little bit of a mark. Lunging forward with a hook. Knees from Cristhian find their mark. More knees.
Nice shot there by Elder Ramos. Oh, big shot there by Cristhian Torres.
Ramos seems to just be a little unconcerned about that power that Cristhian Torres is showing. It might be a mistake he's making because Christian's got some snap behind those shots.
Well, your presence in the cage means a lot. And Elder Ramos is showing he is not afraid and that he will fire back when attacked. Now, that being said, it always worries me when I see that left hand drop. As I say that, a big counter right hand by Elder Ramos, and then swims the double underhook following the takedown attack by Cristhian Torres.
Jockeying for hooks here in the clinch. Cristhian Torres, Elder Ramos. A trip takedown from
Beautiful.
Ramos.
Elder Ramos takes the back, secures the rear naked position.
He might have this one, Casey Oxendine. That was slick. He's got one arm in, now battling for position. No, it's out.
Great work here by Elder Ramos, the veteran, against this pedigreed opponent in Cristhian Torres. As I mentioned, he's been all over the world fighting for big organizations. I mentioned Jungle Fights in Shudo, Brazil. Elder Ramos with his feet crossed in the middle. He needs to watch that. If Cristhian Torres becomes aware of it, there is a sneaky ankle lock that can arise.
It's frustrating taking your opponent's back and then getting tapped to an ankle lock.
Yes. That being said, Ramos in control here, rides the back.
Good job, Ramos, not letting his opponent have any space on the scramble. Back up against the cage was an underhook.
Most people would have been planted on their back in guard position. Elder Ramos in complete control of this fight so far.
And you know, Elder Ramos has a big head. He's got a big skull, and he uses it to gain leverage up against the cage, doing a good job of just making sure that head is in the chest of his opponent, giving him nowhere to go. Up underneath the chin, driving into his opponent's skull.
Cristhian Torres, going into his bag of tricks, and in each instance, Ramos appears to have an answer. Beautiful Granby to escape that position.
What a great little somersault to get out of there.
I've never seen this out of Elder Ramos before, man. Such a composure about him. He appears to be getting better after 10 years of competition.
Strong knees and another trip
nice takedown.
That,
that was decisive on the part of Cristhian Torres. And this could be a tough spot.
Into kind of a mount position now for Cristhian Torres. Postured up. Here come some hurt bombs courtesy of Cristhian Torres. Elder Ramos rolls to his back.
Oh, these are big shots here. Big shots.
Position for Elder Ramos now with Cristhian Torres on his back, dropping right hands to the back of his head. But
45 seconds to go here.
Ramos, though, a veteran of the game, not his first rodeo, going to stay cool, calm, collected. Weather the storm, hopefully, but Cristhian is laying some heat onto him.
A majority of this round has been all Elder Ramos, but Cristhian Torres may just steal it right here.
Elder Ramos fighting off the choke.
And Elder Ramos reverses.
Wow. What a way to get out from a bad spot into an advantageous position at the very tail end of the round, which sometimes gets you the nod from the judges in a close round. Elder Ramos looking good here, the veteran.
Close first round. What an entertaining fight thus far.
Right hand from Ramos. Cristhian fires a leg kick.
Oh, wow. Caught by Elder Ramos. Looking for the treetop. He misses it.
Elder Ramos is keeping his hands a little bit low, Casey Oxendine.
Ramos appears to possibly be fatiguing a little bit.
That uppercut.
As Cristhian Torres kind of starts to come on. Big trip by Elder Ramos, followed by a big right hand.
That was a tough shot that he just hit Cristhian with, and I tell you, that uppercut that Cristhian threw at him had mean intentions behind it. Ramos getting out of the way very adeptly.
The wrestling prowess of Elder Ramos answering many of the riddles that Cristhian Torres has presented in this fight. Another big shot there by Elder Ramos.
Cristhian doing a good job of avoiding some damage, but
looking for the Kimura lock out of the Z-guard position. Here we go. Again, sinking deep there, looking for the Kimura lock.
Gonna roll him over with it. Great.
Elder Ramos
not letting go as
to transition.
Wow.
He did not complete the submission, but he did escape the position.
Cristhian tried so hard to hang on to that one, and he almost had it. Now back to his feet one way or the other.
Oh, here we go. Low blow.
Well, these things do happen in our sport, but of course safety is paramount here at the USFFC. Fighters are given ample time to recuperate and get back into the action. That's what we're seeing right now. Meanwhile, every single guy here in attendance and watching feels sorry for him. All right, the action returns. Cristhian Torres, Elder Ramos, leg kick from Ramos finds its mark.
Oh, big right hand there by Elder Ramos. Cristhian Torres walks through it.
Returns with, ooh, that was a mean spinning back fist that just barely missed.
Elder Ramos again controlling the clinch position.
Knee driven into the rib section of Elder Ramos by Cristhian Torres.
Elder Ramos not flashy by any means, but very precise in his execution of his game plan. And again, I have him up not only in this round, but in round 1 as well. Look at that, looking for the trip, uses it.
Ramos is showing some great technique here tonight, Casey Oxendine. These trip takedowns, you know, some of these spinning back fists, these somersaults. I mean, Elder Ramos is really showing, you know, some technique that we haven't seen from him so far. At least I haven't.
You know, Cristhian Torres has seen a lot there in South America, fighting and bringing a different taste of mixed martial arts here to the United States, but so much can be said about the American wrestler, and that is Elder Ramos. Big shot there by Cristhian Torres.
That uppercut found its mark, I think, Casey Oxendine. Ramos wincing from the crack you could hear from cage side in the venue, and Christian's been looking for that uppercut for a while.
Right. It allows him to attack that single leg. Elder Ramos to a knee, but still battling the position, which takes so much out of the attacker here.
We've got less than a minute to go in round number 2 of this co-main
event.
There
we go. Switch.
Mistake made by Cristhian Torres.
Yes,
looking to take
Elder Ramos on top to close out this round.
Yes, Cristhian Torres thought he saw a mount opportunity there, tried to jump into it, but Torres had already gotten up. And now dropping punches from top position onto his opponent, Cristhian Torres. Elder Ramos looks like he can walk away with round number 2 if he can keep this up. But Cristhian Torres certainly landed some shots of his own. A mean uppercut, a takedown too. This is actually a pretty close fight.
Yeah, very close. I think that round 1 was a little bit closer. I think it's been all Elder Ramos in this, just with sheer control and with the takedowns. Like I said, he's out wrestling Cristhian Torres, and he's reacting very well to the strikes.
He is. Front kick misses its mark by Cristhian Torres. 10 seconds left in the round. Both fighters showing fatigue. Teep kick finds its mark.
Wow, and a great finish to round 1.
You know, just
and helps Cristhian Torres back to his feet, showing that he's exactly where he wants to be in this fight.
All right, round 3. Here we go. Cristhian Torres, Elder Ramos meeting in the center of the cage.
Oh, wow. You see the sweat fly off of the head of Elder Ramos.
Left
Another
hook
big
finds
left.
its mark. But Ramos has got a chin on him.
He certainly does.
And that punch may have put a lot of other guys away.
I think Cristhian Torres knows that it's very possible he is down in this fight, and he is coming for blood here.
They throw leg kicks at the same time. I mean, Cristhian Torres has hit Ramos with some tough, hard shots, but none of them have really done anything to him.
Now, Elder Ramos, he's like a drunk in a car wreck, man. He just shrugs those strikes off so relaxed.
Look at
in his posture.
Look at the size of his skull, too, man. There's a guy with a thick head. He's got a thick skull, it looks like. I mean, again, there, another tough shot that just grazes off him.
Oh, that was a big shot there by Cristhian Torres.
It didn't do anything.
And Ramos still there. Now he has the underhook control.
That has got to be so frustrating, Casey Oxendine, to crack your opponent with a tough shot that you put your legs into, and it doesn't do anything to him.
And not only that, but you've got to go right back to the grind, which is the toughest part of the fight, the hardest on your cardio, the part that pushes you the most. Oh, wow. Look at him slip that right hook. And Elder Ramos back out in the center of the cage.
That was a painful-looking body kick to the right side of Elder Ramos.
Cristhian Torres loading up.
He punched
lands a left hook
on
Elder Ramos, and he falls down.
How does that happen? I mean, I can't remember seeing this. Elder Ramos has a granite chin.
How tough does your chin have to be to drop an opponent when he lands a shot on your face? That being said, Cristhian Torres possibly coming on here in the last round.
Mean body kick lands for Torres, but doesn't deter Ramos from marching forward with that same look in his eye.
Oh, big shot there by Elder Ramos.
He hit him, ducked a shot.
Very impressed with this fight from both competitors.
You know, Ramos just backs up against the cage, but I think that was more of a feint than anything. I don't think that Cristhian's shot really hurt him at all.
He is very comfortable in this fight, even though I do have Cristhian Torres up in this round.
Yeah, I think so too, but the rounds 1 and 2, I'm going to have to give the edge to Ramos, but
undoubtedly, but I'll say this, some judges may have it in the first round in favor of Cristhian Torres simply for that dominant position that he was in on the back of Elder Ramos.
What an incredible matchup we have playing out right in front of us, Casey Oxendine. Both these guys laying it all on the line. Inadvertent eye poke. Cristhian says he's all right.
A minute 20 seconds left in this fight. Both men looking to make their mark. What happened? What happened there? Did he land? I think his head hit the knee of Elder Ramos on the way down.
Cristhian
What was
Torres
this?
drove in for a takedown, and it looked like Elder Ramos' left hand.
We need to see the replay here.
I think it was a left hand. He drove in for a takedown, and he connected with something. Oh, that was a right hand.
It was that right uppercut.
That was an uppercut.
And he is still out. Cristhian Torres still out here.
Casey Oxendine, that might be knockout of the night right there.
Undoubtedly knockout of the night.
I mean, you could watch this over and over and still not, it's just the speed. Here he goes, shoots in for a takedown, uppercut, cracks him on the way in. Ladies and gentlemen,
finish in our co-main event.
And ladies and gentlemen, the fight stops at 3:47 of the third round. Your winner by knockout, El Psycho, Elder Ramos.
Elder, I've watched you traveling up and down the roads for the last 10 years, doing big things, man. Tonight, you stepped into the cage with a highly touted prospect, a guy that's a veteran of shows like Shooto Brazil, Jungle Fights. But it was the right uppercut that sealed the deal. You are the victor tonight. Talk about it.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to all the fans, all the veterans that are here supporting us. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do every day. So I know I have the Colombian T-shirt, but I am a Colombian American. I'm very proud to be here and be a U.S. citizen. So thank you guys. And you know, I've been training hard. To be honest with you, I was out of the cage for over a year. I tore ACL. Then I came back. I retore my ACL again. And I told my wife, hey baby, I can't keep affording these medical bills, but I don't want to leave the sport like this. If I leave the sport, is when my wife tells me to, and my kids ask me to. And it gets emotional, because I doubt it sometimes. I was like, maybe I'm done. But it's the competitiveness in me, and make my family, my culture, and make all you guys proud. Give you guys a good show.
Well, just like you say, it's very seldom that you watch a guy that's been competing for a decade actually get better, but we saw that tonight. You've always had that wrestling base, but tonight you were able to absorb the punishment and then deliver the punishment yourself, and it was evident in that finish. So are we going to see maybe a little bit more out of Elder Ramos, continue to rise in the ranks?
Yes, sir. My goal was definitely knowing that I was the underdog, but as Americans, we work hard. it pays off. And I knew that. I was coming here in the underdog. I made an 8-hour trip. I have my best friends here, a great team behind me. I say, hey, we're not going home without a fight. And I like to believe that I have more in me to give. Hopefully I deliver a better show and improve my skills. I'm not perfect, I'm far from it, but I want to definitely get better. So thank you guys for the opportunity.
Everybody, please put your hands together for your winner, Elder Ramos.